Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone with the tour of New Zealand set to start on November 27. The West Indies squad have started training in small groups at their biosecure facility after returning negative tests for COVID-19. The majority of the West Indies team and management arrived in New Zealand last Friday and have been in quarantine in Christchurch on the South Island. The contingent will undergo 2 more tests on day 6 and day 12, after which they can train in larger groups. The teams are scheduled to play 2 tests and 3 T20 internationals in New Zealand. These are the players in the Windy squad. We have Jason Holder, of course, as the test captain, Jermaine Blackwood, Craig Brathwaite, Darren Bravo, Shamar Brooks, John Campbell, Roston Chase, Rakeem Cornwall, Shane Dowrich, Shannon Gabriel, Shimron Hetmyer, Shamar Holder, Alzari Joseph, Kimo Paul and Kemar Roach. The Windies T20 squad, Karen Pollard at the top as captain, Fabian Allen, Dwayne Bravo. Of course, Dwayne Bravo has been ruled out due to injury. Sheldon Cottrell, Andre Fletcher, Shimron Hetmyer, Brandon King, Kyle Mears, Rovman Powell, Kimo Paul, Nicholas Pooran, O'Shane Thomas, Hayden Walsh Jr. and Kesrick Williams. The Windies Test reserves, they are as follows: Nkrumah Bonner, Joshua Da Silva, Preston McSween, Shane Mosley, Raymond Reefer and Jaden Seals. Meanwhile, former West Indies fast bowler Michael Holding says Nicholas Pooran should be playing Test cricket. This is what he says. They were competitive against England without, in my opinion, 3 of their better batsmen. Darren Bravo and Shimron Hetmyer chose not to come, and they didn't select Nicholas Pooran, who I think is very talented and should be playing Test cricket. If they all played, I think the series would have been a lot closer. And in fact, I have an inkling that West Indies might have won because runs on the board was their problem. Well, here are some reactions from our viewers to Michael Holding's decision.
I am in total support of what Michael Holding has said. As a matter of fact, I have been saying the very thing months now. West Indies selectors continue to stay in this dinosauric mode, continuing down the beaten path, not wanting to do anything different. What difference will it make if Pooran is in the side now without playing first-class cricket? There are so many players who have played first-class cricket, got into the team and have not succeeded. If Pooran fails, there'll be no difference. So put him in the side. He's an immense talent. I see no reason why he should not be playing Test cricket.
We have another voice note. We'll take that one as well.
Good evening, SportsMax. Good evening.
Dave Mullings, and the first one was from Derek from Trinidad and Tobago. So some very strong views from our viewers, if I should say so. They all want to give Nicholas Pooran a chance. I think Nicholas Pooran should get a chance, and I only said so because, one, I think mentally he's very focused and all that, as well as we don't really have a big pool to pick from to say, like, we have so many top Test players that if Pooran comes into the squad, he takes away from that. So that's my view. George, I'm turning to you for what you think.
So the clamour for Pooran to be given a game in Tests comes after he impressed in the IPL, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it was before that. There were people who were saying that before that.
No.
The clamour.
Clamour,
okay.
Right. The clamour for Nicholas to be given a chance at Test level comes after he catches the eye with some good performances in the IPL. That, for me, is problematic. I'd love for the clamour to crescendo after he plays 4-day cricket at least. Well, 4-day cricket clearly, because the only other version is Test at 5. If he plays 4-day cricket and shows the same kind of affinity for the long form of the game that he does when he adapts his skills to the T20 game, and the white ball game, 50 over T20, and for me to say, well, there is something there. I cannot for the life of me understand how a player catches the eye in white ball cricket, in T20, and all of a sudden we demand his insertion into the Test team. Somehow it doesn't quite wash for me.
Lance?
Well, I think to counter that, George, what some people would argue is that a good batsman is a good batsman. If you're
so why isn't Shea Hope making runs?
Well, he's not. He has made runs, but he isn't.
He's made runs in one series, in 2 innings.
No, but the point I think, George, is that he got a chance. Nicholas Pooran didn't get an opportunity. Let him go and fail. That's my thing. Let him go, and if he fails, I have no problem.
No, I just, there's a school of thought that if you are a solid batsman, a genuinely solid batsman, technically, you will succeed in any format. Now, I see where the team management in New Zealand is saying that he will be there in the quarantine setup and so on, and would be given an opportunity to play some first-class cricket, which would be a chance for him to show that he can play first-class cricket. When he was 19 years old, he had just turned 19 years old and played in the first-class season in the Caribbean in 2014, in December, in fact. He played 3 matches, one against the Leewards, one against Jamaica, one against Guyana. His top score was 55 against Jamaica with Sheldon Cottrell, Marquino Minley, and Nikita Miller among the bowling attack. He had a runner ball 47 against the Guyanese, and that bowling attack included Veerasamar Parmal and Devendra Bishu, and also the fast bowler Beaton. Ronsford Beaton. Yeah, Ronsford Beaton. So he had just turned 19 years old then, playing red ball cricket, first-class cricket. Now, that's a long time ago, because his game may have changed since that. But I think he is a technically sound enough batsman that suggests that he can flourish in Test cricket. If he does that, it's left to be seen. But I think Michael Holding, George, is coming from the standpoint that the batting for the West Indies is struggling so much that it is difficult for him to see a batsman with the technical talent of a Nicholas Pooran not being pushed into the setup, given the fact that the quality of batting that we have at the moment isn't very good.
The thing for me, sorry.
I just think that's Holding's position. Yeah.
The thing for me is this: I can support a point, but not if the point is badly premised. And so, based on what I said at the start, the clamour is only because the clamour has resulted by virtue of what he has done in the IPL. Now, if someone asks me if Nicholas Pooran is a technically sound batsman, of course he is. If someone asks me if I think Nicholas Pooran has the capacity to excel at Test cricket, I would say a resounding yes. And if someone tells me that Nicholas Pooran says, I want the chance to play Test cricket, I would say give the man the chance, as they're doing by virtue of setting up these 2, you could call them unofficial 18 games, 4-day games against the Kiwis, New Zealand A, on their tour down under, to have a look at him at that stage. So I'm saying yes, but if you're telling me that so then Evan Lewis should be put in the Test team then.
I think somebody
because it's the same logic.
Well.
It's the same logic that is being attached to Nicholas Pooran. No, I have to speak slowly because some people don't understand. Again, I'm saying, if you're saying Nicholas Pooran is technically sound, is talented enough to excel at Test cricket, and has the tools in his bag, I would agree with you, and I would say give the man a chance, especially if he wants to play Test cricket. But if the premise is, you see what he did in the IPL this year, I think that what he did in the IPL shows he can play Test cricket, I'll tell you that you're not sensible.
All right, on George's strong point, we go to break and come back.